Did you ever wonder about the current state of trade relations between Germany and the UK? Well, it's been a roller coaster. Historically, these two powerhouses have had strong ties, exchanging a myriad of goods and services from cars and machinery to financial services and food products. But then came Brexit, a seismic shift that altered the landscape of trade not just between them, but across the entire European Union. The ripple effect was significant, leading to a series of trade challenges such as increased tariffs, regulatory checks, and logistical hurdles. Yet despite these issues, the importance of this trade relationship cannot be overstated. It's a relationship that fuels not only their economies, but also contributes significantly to the global market. Now, after navigating through this tumultuous period, these nations have arrived at a critical juncture with an invitation for trade deal negotiations. How did we arrive at this point where Germany is inviting the UK for trade deal negotiations? That's a question that deserves a closer look. The journey to this point started with a bill known as the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill. The UK Parliament mulled over this legislation, which proposed alterations to the customs arrangements between Britain and Northern Ireland. The British government argued that this unilateral change was necessary to alleviate some of the burdensome requirements imposed by the original Brexit deal. But not everyone saw it that way. Both Germany and Ireland voiced their concerns, arguing that this move would create uncertainties and make finding durable solutions more challenging. They held firm in their belief that there was no legal or political justification for Prime Minister Boris Johnson's plan to override parts of the Brexit deal. Across the pond, the United States watched these developments closely. Despite concerns about President Biden's age and low approval ratings, his re-election team and party managed to raise $71 million during the latest quarter. This financial boost signaled that the US was still very much invested in the global stage and its developments, including the potential impact of the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill. Meanwhile, in the midst of these global reactions, the UK remained steadfast in its plan. Their goal was clear: to renegotiate the terms of their trade deal to better suit their national interests. This stance was not without its critics, with Ireland's Foreign Minister Simon Coveney criticising Britain's perverse nationalism and questioning their trustworthiness as a partner. Despite these criticisms and challenges, the UK continued to push forward. And it was this determination that led to Germany extending an olive branch, inviting the UK to the negotiating table to discuss an improved Brexit trading deal. This has set the stage for a potentially transformative trade deal negotiation. What does this invitation mean for the UK, Germany, and the rest of the world? Well, let's dive into it. The implications of this invitation are vast and multifaceted, with potential consequences for the economies of both countries, their trade relations, and the global market. The potential benefits are undoubtedly tantalizing. For the UK, a new trade deal could serve to mitigate some of the economic challenges brought on by Brexit, bolstering its trade relations and strengthening its economy. For Germany, being the largest economy in the EU, an improved trading deal could further consolidate its position and open up new opportunities for German businesses in the UK market. However, these potential benefits do not come without risks and challenges. There's a delicate balance to maintain. For the UK, striving for an improved trade deal with Germany could strain its relations with other EU countries, potentially leading to complex diplomatic negotiations. For Germany, there's the task of ensuring that any new agreement does not undermine the unity and principles of the European Union. Moreover, the ripple effects of this invitation could reverberate well beyond the borders of the UK and Germany. Other EU nations will be closely watching these developments, potentially influencing their own trade negotiations with the UK. Even countries outside of the EU may see this as a bellwether for their own future trade negotiations. This invitation could also serve as a litmus test for the UK's post-Brexit trade strategy. Will it prioritise bilateral trade deals, or will it seek a more multilateral approach, working closely with blocs like the EU? The answer to this question could have far-reaching implications for global trade dynamics in the years to come. Indeed, the potential for change is immense, making this a negotiation of global interest. So, what have we discussed today? We've taken a journey through the intricate tapestry of trade relations between Germany and the UK. We've examined the volatile backdrop against which these relations have been playing out, underscored by the complexities of Brexit and the subsequent political dance around trade arrangements. We've also delved into the recent invitation extended by Germany to the UK, a significant gesture that could signify a new chapter in their trade relations. We've explored how this invitation isn't just about these two nations. It's also about the ripple effects that their decisions could have on the global market. This move could potentially set a precedent for future trade agreements, influencing not just the economic landscape, but also the political and social dynamics between countries. And finally, we've pondered over the potential implications of these negotiations. Will they lead to a more streamlined and mutually beneficial trade deal, or will they further ignite the uncertainties that have been simmering since Brexit? These are questions that will only be answered with time. As these negotiations unfold, they will undoubtedly shape the future of trade relations between Germany and the UK, impacting not just these nations but also the global market.